ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first ever YouTube show. Woohoo! And today I will be doing my mock draft for the NFL draft that is tomorrow night on the NFL Network and ESPN at 8 o'clock. It is going to be an absolutely phenomenal draft. This is one of the deepest draft classes I've seen in the last couple of years. So without further ado, let's get going on my mock draft. So with the first pick, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock, and they will select Myles Garrett, defensive line, Texas A&M. I just do not think that there is any other person in this draft that is more ready to go in the NFL than Myles Garrett. He is by far the best player in this draft, and I think the Browns will be absolutely stupid if they do not go with Myles Garrett at number 1. With the second pick, the San Francisco 49ers are on the clock, and I think this could be a trade spot for a team that is looking for a quarterback or something. But I think if they stay, they're going to draft the local boy, Solomon Thomas, out of Stanford, who went to college just up the road at Stanford, and I think that that will be the pick at number 2 for San Francisco. At number 3, it is a very tough choice here for Chicago because I could see him going one of two ways here. I can either see him go with Jamal Adams from LSU, or I could see him go with Malik Hooker from Ohio State. But I'm going to go with Jamal Adams from LSU here. I think he is the better player out of the two, and I think that that will help out that secondary in Chicago. With pick number 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock, and I think that they need to get some help for Blake Bortles and get some pressure off of him. So I think that Leonard Fournette out of LSU will be the correct pick here to get him some pressure off of Blake Bortles and put the pressure on Leonard Fournette out of LSU. With pick number 5, I think the Tennessee Titans are going to go with Jonathan Allen out of the University of Alabama defensive line. I think that will really help out Marcus Mariota and maybe give him some shorter fields and give the Titans a chance to win the AFC South this year. With pick number 6, the New York Jets, I think they're going to trade down here. I know they've been in love with Mitch Trubisky for the past couple of months, but I think they're going to trade down, and the Cleveland Browns are going to come back up at number 6 and draft Mitchell Trubisky out of North Carolina. I think that is going to be the pick because I think the Jets are going to trade down to 12 and get a very solid player there at 12 and get some extra draft picks. So that is a win-win for the New York Jets. At number 7, the San Diego Superchargers. Actually, the Los Angeles Chargers are going to go with Malik Hooker, safety out of Ohio State. I think that is the correct pick here. I think he is the best player available, and I think that that is going to help out the aging Phillip Rivers and that defense. Pick number 8, the Carolina Panthers need help at running back and wide receiver, and I think that there is a guy there that is both of those two. He can play running back, wide receiver, he can play punt returner, but I think it is going to be Christian McCaffrey out of Stanford. He is the all-around best running back on the board, in my opinion. He can play any position you want him, and I think that that is exactly the way that Christian McCaffrey is going to start in the NFL with Carolina. With pick number 9, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to go with Marshawn Lattimore, cornerback, Ohio State. That is the correct pick here, and I think that that is a very strong choice for the Cincinnati Bengals. And let me just move. Let me move Marshawn Lattimore back to where he belongs, and that is in Cincinnati. With pick number 10, the Buffalo Bills are on the clock, and they need somebody that can help out Tyrod Taylor, who just got a contract extension and got a cut in money to stay with Buffalo. And I think it is either going to be O.J. Howard or Mike Williams here. And I think that they got to go O.J. Howard, tight end, Alabama. He is the best offensive player on the board right now, and I think that that is exactly the way that the Buffalo Bills will go with the pick. At pick number 11, the New Orleans Saints are going to go with Taco Charlton out of the University of Michigan. He's the next best player on the board, and I think that they really need help on defense. And I think that is exactly the way that they will go with this pick. With pick number 12, the New York Jets are needing a wide receiver or somebody to go with Ryan Fitzpatrick and help out Ryan Fitzpatrick and that New York Jet offense. And I think that Mike Williams out of the University of Clemson will be the correct pick here. You just lost Brandon Marshall, and I think to the Giants, and I think that you need another guy to go along with Eric Decker. So I think that Mike Williams will be the correct choice here for the New York Jets at number 12. Now on to pick number 13, the Arizona Cardinals are leaning towards taking a quarterback to give Carson Palmer some help with the aging Carson Palmer. And I think that Deshaun Watson is there for the taking there. But I think they could very well go defense as well. And I think that they will go with Deshaun Watson, quarterback, Clemson. And I think that he will sit out for a year in Arizona. And then he will be a huge player for the Arizona Cardinals next season as he starts for the Cardinals. With pick number 14, the home EAGLES Eagles are going to go with Reuben Foster, linebacker, Alabama. A lot of people have been saying that this guy's a top 10 pick, but with the character issues this guy has, I think he will slide down a little bit and land at number 14 to the Eagles. At pick number 15, the Indianapolis Colts are going to go with the first offensive lineman on the board, and that will be Forrest Lamp out of Western Kentucky. I think he is going to be the best player on the board right now for Indianapolis to go with. Andrew Luck got sacked a bunch last year, and they need to give him some help and protect him and make sure he does not get sacked as much as he did last year. So I think that Forrest Lamp out of Western Kentucky will be the correct pick here for Indianapolis. At pick number 16, the Baltimore Ravens will go with Corey Davis, wide receiver, Western Michigan. I think that is the correct pick here at pick number 16 because they need a wide receiver to give Joe Flacco some help. And I think that will definitely help him out and give him some help as the Ravens try and keep up with the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC North. With pick number 17, the Washington Redskins need a lot of help. And they will go with the best player on the board, Hassan Reddick, out of the University of Temple. I think that is the correct pick here for the Washington Redskins. They need help on that defensive line. I think that they will get that help with Hassan Reddick out of Temple, and the crowd will go absolutely bananas for him because Temple is just up the road from Philadelphia. And I think that Hassan Reddick will be the correct pick here at number 17 for the Redskins. At pick number 18, the Tennessee Titans are needing help and getting a guy from Marcus Mariota to throw the ball to. I think that David Njoku out of the University of Miami will be the correct pick here for Tennessee. He is the best player left on the board at either tight end or wide receiver. And I think that will prove very good for David Njoku out of the University of Miami going to the Titans. At pick number 19, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. And I think they will go with Dalvin Cook, running back, Florida State. I think that they need a guy like him to help out Jameis Winston and get that running back spot filled for the first 3 games with Doug Martin with a suspension for 3 games. And I think that Dalvin Cook will be the correct pick there at pick number 19 for Tampa Bay. At number 20, the Denver Broncos are going to go with Ryan Ramczyk out of the University of Wisconsin. I think when you have 2 very young quarterbacks in Denver with Paxton Lynch and Trevor Siemian, I think that you need to give him some help and some offensive line help to give him some more time to throw the football. And I think that Ryan Ramczyk out of the University of Wisconsin will be the correct pick there at pick number 20 for the Denver Broncos. At pick number 21, the Detroit Lions need help on that defensive line, definitely. And I think that Malik McDowell, I'm actually going to go with Charles Harris out of the University of Missouri. This man's been a hard hitter. This kid is a hard hitter, and I definitely think he will help out a very tough defense for the Detroit Lions that need help on that defensive line. And I think that Charles Harris will help out that D-line with pick number 21 overall to the Lions. At pick number 22, the Miami Dolphins. They need help on defense. And I think that they're going to go with Derek Barnett out of the University of Tennessee. I think he's the best player still available on that defensive line. And I think that he is the best player available for the Miami Dolphins to go with. And I think that he will be a big star for the Miami Dolphins this year with a very solid pick. At pick number 23, the New York Giants need a tight end. And I think there's one right out there waiting for him in Evan Ingram out of the University of Ole Miss. And I think that that will be the pick for the New York Giants. Even though you still have John Ross, I think Odell Beckham is good. And Hakeem Nicks, if you still have him, I don't know. No, you still have Russell Shepard. So I think that, actually, let me change that. I think that it's going to be John Ross out of the University of Washington. I just think that John Ross will be a better fit in the Giants offense than Evan Ingram. And I think that that'll help out the two receivers in New York with Russell Shepard and Odell Beckham and give them a third receiver for Eli Manning to throw to up the middle of the field. At pick number 24, the Oakland Raiders need help on defense. And I think that Malik McDowell out of the University of Michigan State will be the correct pick here. And I think that he is going to be a star for the Oakland Raiders to go along with the kid that they drafted for Buffalo a couple years ago. I can't remember his name right now, but I will certainly remember his name in a couple of years. So I think that he, to go along with that kid from Buffalo, will be a great defensive line for the Raiders. At pick number 25, the Houston Texans are in need of a quarterback, and I think that they will grab one here with Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech. A lot of people are saying he's the most NFL-ready quarterback, and I think that that is absolutely true. He has proved to me in college that he is a very, very good quarterback, but I just don't know if he will work good against top NFL defenses when he was playing in the Big 12, which has absolutely no defense whatsoever. So I think that that could be a question mark with Patrick Mahomes out of Texas Tech going at number 25 to the Houston Texans. At pick number 26, the Seattle Seahawks are going to go with Takk McKinley out of UCLA. I think he is the next best available player here, and I think that he's going to need some help on that defensive line for Seattle to go along with Cliff Averill, and you might be trading Richard Sherman, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I think that that Seattle defense is going to be hard hitting this year with adding Takk McKinley from UCLA. At number 27, the Kansas City Chiefs have an aging quarterback in Alex Smith, so I think you got to give him some help. And I think that Cam Robinson out of the University of Alabama will be the pick here at number 27. You need help on that offensive line, and I think you will get it with Cam Robinson out of the University of Alabama. That is the correct pick, in my opinion. Now on to the quarterback position. Marlon Humphrey is still out there, and I think that the Dallas Cowboys are going to take him. They need help at corner, and I think that Marlon Humphrey will work out just fine for the Dallas Cowboys. With a needed corner, that is going to be a big pickup for the Dallas Cowboys at pick number 28. And number 29, the Green Bay Packers. I think that they could go defensive line here, and I think they will. And I think that they are going to go with T.J. Watt out of the University of Wisconsin, if I can find him on this list. Let's see. There he is. T.J. Watt out of the University of Wisconsin will be the pick here. And I think that that is going to be a very good pick for the Green Bay Packers. And as you know, he is the brother of J.J. Watt, the star defensive player for the Houston Texans. At pick number 30, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go with the man that only has one career interception, but I think he will work just fine in that defense. Jabril Peppers out of the University of Michigan. I think that is going to be the correct pick here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He needs to be a big player for the Steelers at linebacker, and I think that they could find the next Troy Polamalu at safety with Jabril Peppers out of Michigan. With the 31st pick in the NFL Draft, the at the NFC champion Atlanta Falcons will go with Kevin King out of the University of Washington. He's a big corner. He's at 6'3", 200. I think that is a correct pick there. When you have big receivers in that division like Mike Evans, Kelvin Benjamin, Julio Jones, and a lot of those big players on that in that division, I think Kevin King will be the correct pick for the Atlanta Falcons. At pick number 32, the New Orleans Saints will go with Gareon Conley out of Ohio State. Even though he did get charged with rape a couple days ago, I still think that'll be the correct pick at pick number 32. Even though he does have off-field issues, I think that'll help out that New Orleans Saints defense. And that'll do it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a nice comment down below. And I will see you guys next time on Scott's Week in Sports here on YouTube. See you guys.